Jakey. Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel. This is Nayanda back again to give you your tarot reading for today. Jakey. That's my shit. I love that song. Ain't got nothing to do with you, Leo. I was turning the camera on and it started shaking and I started singing Daddy Yankee. Anyways, this is going to be a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node, baby. If you would like a personal reading with me, the information is in my bio below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my shit. I would love you for life. I swear to God, I'm a committed individual. But anyways, so we're gonna get right into your reading, Leo. I apologize. I just realized I didn't cleanse the most important deck of all of them. So I'm about to do that on screen real quick or on camera. Oh yeah, that's right. California could be of significance because I'm hearing gin and juice. Somebody needs to be careful about drinking and driving. I heard prognosticator, which I actually don't know what a prognosticator is, you guys. Hold on. All right, Leo, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I heard something about prognosticator. So some of you guys might have looked into my post on my, I guess on the community board. I'm still learning how YouTube works as like a creator on YouTube. But the reversal spell that I sent or I posted on my community board, it says at the bottom of the chapter, let now the astrologers, the prognosticators, and the spellcasters like call to them now, but they can't save you. I feel a little attacked as an astrologer myself, but that's the nature of the Bible, isn't it? Hold on. So yeah, somebody could be either one, feeling the effects of that spell, or two, seeing the effects of that spell, or somebody needs to like get a candle and like pray that over the candle. I did see somebody in there wanted me to give a reversal spell video, and I don't know why I offered that because that's way out of my comfort zone. Not teaching spell work. I'm a-okay teaching spell work. Recording myself doing it is just weird to me. But if you guys really want me to, I will make that video happen. Anyways, Leo, I also heard that there's something about pregnancy rumors, or something surrounding a child or a pregnancy, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. What message do we have for Leo? We have love spell. Okay. Either this is going to be really cute or it's going to piss me off. We're going to see what's going on here. If you've been keeping up with my readings for the past couple of weeks, there's been some fuckery going on. So that's the reason why I said that. I was like, either somebody's in love or somebody's going to piss me off. You could be dealing with a Taurus here, I'm hearing. If you're not dealing with a Taurus, there is a transit happening in Taurus right now. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Leo, maybe that collective reading pertained to you. Go ahead and watch that. But I'm not getting that because we have love spell and we have indulgence and then we have resistance and we have speak up, okay? Somebody's grandmother could be coming through here. I'm also hearing something about Mother Mary is significant. So either this pertains to like Mother Mary, Immaculate Conception. There's something about pregnancy or a baby or a divine child. What I'm hearing right away from these two cards, indulgence and love spell, oh my god, an orgasm is underneath it. Somebody needs to learn how to enjoy good things in life when they're there instead of trying to sabotage them or trying to find something wrong with them. Yeah, Leo. Intuitively, I'm kind of getting that you might be the snake here that's like biting towards the sun, like biting at the sun. And it's like you have a lot of good luck. You're definitely riding toward either somebody doesn't want you to be happy or you are uncomfortable being happy. Or there's something around Leo or someone around. We're going to get into it. But regardless, it seems like the underlying issue here is you're resisting something that makes you happy, which is concerning. And I think you should explore that. I think you should explore it. Especially if this is going to pertain to some method of self-sabotage as well, Leo. That is also a thing. Like, have you ever noticed people who like really want something good to happen? Like, for example, I'll give you this, like me with my music, right? Really, really, really want to get into it and really, really, really want it to happen. But then I start getting into these like really negative thought cycles. What if nobody likes it? What if it's not this? What if it's not good enough? What if it's not that? What if this happens? What if somebody steals it, right? Like it's like all of these really crazy thoughts that honestly are out of your control anyway. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody steals my shit, it doesn't, is that a reason not to share it? I've had a lot of people steal a lot of things from me. I had somebody steal my underwear once, but anyways. People are weird around me, but they get really weird. But anyway, or it's like, what if people don't like it? Well, is it about people liking it, or is it about you expressing yourself and hoping? Is it about people liking it, or is it about you liking it and connecting with the people who with whom it resonates? Does that make sense? Like even with tarot, it's like it's not going to resonate with everybody, right? But it resonates with whoever it needs to resonate with, and that's why sometimes like I'll get crazy messages. I kid you not, a lot of these videos that you see, I recorded days prior. And then I had to fight myself to put it up because sometimes the messages I get are so specific that it's just like, who the fuck is this talking about? Like the Sagittarius reading I did, over 1,000 views. I was like, oh shit, I almost didn't upload that one. Uploaded it, and that was like one of the most successful videos I've had this year. I mean, it's only January, but you get what I'm saying. And it's like when good things happen, especially if you're used to bad things happening, sometimes people will allow themselves to stay in like really bad situations or to stay like stagnant or complacent just because the idea of stepping into something new and failing is too scary for them. But also staying in their comfort zone, they don't like it, right? So what I'm kind of getting here, Leo, is there something or someone that makes you really happy? For some of you guys, you might end up losing something. This could be like property or something financial, fiscal. You might end up losing something, or maybe you lost something. If this is romance, we're going to get into the tarot, but if this is romance, I'm almost kind of getting, there's something about you, Leo, that you're feeling insecure about, that you feel like if this person sees this in you, or this person, I hate how YouTube doesn't let you just be great anymore without like 30-second ads. But anyway, there's something about you. I'm hearing worn goods. Oh, Leo, cut that shit out. It's like you're uniting with somebody, and it's like you can feel the good fortune there, but like it's almost kind of like the fear of the unknown holds you back. And it's like you're finding reasons either in yourself or in this person or in the situation to hold back, and it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little irritating, but it's kind of funny. But we're gonna get into it. Somebody here's scared of happiness. I can tell you that shit right now. Somebody here might be looking at themselves in the mirror and being harsh on themselves as well. Yeah, there's a financial loss here, Leo. Your energy is here, though. You have Scorpio energy. Now I'm hearing self-esteem from the offspring. Oh my God, y'all know how I love the offspring. You could be dealing with the Cancer or Sagittarius here. I'm gonna hit y'all with the rusty vocals because I have not warmed up my vocals, or nor have I spoken really much this morning. But he says, I wrote her off for the 10th time today and practice all the things I would say. She came over, I lost my nerve. I took her back and made her dessert. I know I'm being used. That's okay because I like the abuse. I know she's playing with me. That's okay because I got no self-esteem. Okay, so what you saying? Oh, that she wants only me. Then I wonder why she sleeps with my friends. Well, I guess I should stick up for myself, but I really think it's better this way. Listen, The more you suffer, the more it shows you really care. Right? That's backwards, isn't it? Isn't it? Is it the lack of suffering, Leo? Is it the lack of suffering? Is it the lack of abuse? Is it the lack of... Are you creating a push-pull dynamic, Leo, and self-sabotaging? True question. Papi, I'm just asking. Because it looks like you're happy. But then it's like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Leo. I'm seeing you get over this. That's what the cards are looking like, okay? So you're working on it. But there's something about very intense reactions to things. And I'm kind of getting with the temperance reversed here. So the temperance reversed could also be like overindulging. When it's upright, it's more of a balancing things out, right? Alchemizing. So like, for example, you feel really angry, but instead of lashing out on that anger, you turn that anger into art. That is alchemy, right? Or like, you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like maybe you in the past, or maybe you're currently struggling with that. It's like, there's something about having untempered reactions to things, or reactions to things that do not, the situation did not warrant the reaction. Does that make sense? And it's almost kind of like, if this is going to work out, if this relationship is going to work out, if this job is going to work out, I have to be miserable, right? I have to be miserable. Otherwise, it's not going to work out, right? Like if it's not miserable and we're not fighting and arguing all the time, then that means that something is wrong, right? No. Isn't the world hard enough? Why would you want to strike? Maybe you're associating abuse with love, or limerence with love, or mind games with love. It's like, I don't know, Leo. Maybe you've been through abusive situations. And it's like you're encountering a situation that's not abusive. Maybe you're used to like I said, that song, he's essentially saying like he put up with this girl who only uses him for his money and his status and his whatever. And like she does really, really fucked up shit, like sleeps with your friends or does all this other shit, but I'm gonna take it because obviously that's love. No, that's abuse. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you're not, like, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not making light of, I'm making light of it, Leo, but I'm not making fun of you. I've been in an abusive relationship before, so I understand the mindset. That's the reason why I don't get as irritated as I probably could, because it's like, I think that we tend to undermine how much abuse actually happens in the world, how much it can permeate in our friendships, in our relationships, even down to having not the healthiest example. I think I was talking about my grandmother and my step grandma at one point in time, and how mean she was to me. She was really, really mean to me. She had her moments though, and it was like when she had her moments, it was like, oh, it was almost kind of like, because I was starved of affection, I would just take shit. And it's like when I had those moments where you were nice and showing me approval, I would like hold on to those. I can't really explain to you why that happens or how the thought process goes, Leo, because it's really a conditioning thing. It's like somebody at some point in time might have made you feel like you had to earn approval, or you had to earn love, or you had to show that you were good enough, right? And because of that, when you step into a situation where somebody's not doing that to you, Lee, it looks like somebody's not doing that to you. You're, oh, love, okay. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could have Scorpio in your chart. I'm just going to tell you flat out right now. I'm hearing husband material or wife material. So either somebody you're dealing with is marriage material, or Leo, I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say maybe you are marriage material. But maybe you don't feel that way about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like something like that. It's so, and it's not, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because I've been here before. And I'm laughing because I remember how I used to react to things and how I used to view the world. And I'm seeing somebody here actively fighting off things that are good, but then actively entertaining shit that's just not. It's like, because the shit that's just not, and you are a fixed sign, Leo, okay? Fixed signs take a really hard time. I think I've said this before. Fixed signs are the modality that needs to get pushed, almost uncomfortable, sometimes almost heartbroken to make a change, right? because fixed signs get so stuck in a rut. Like they'll be like, this is what has to work, so I have to do it this way, and that's the only way to do it. And there's beauty in that, but everything in this world has its ups and its downs, right? The downside to that is you get really closed-minded really easily. You get really narrow-minded really easily, to the point where there could be thousands and thousands of solutions or different scenarios around you that you're just not seeing because you're focused on this one way, right? So if we're gonna put this in, like, let's say you've been in an abusive situationship. Let's say, okay, my ex used to cheat. Ooh, he would be cheating, girl. He would find any excuse to cheat. He would find any excuse to cheat. He didn't like my shoelaces that day. Fucks another bitch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He would find any reason, but the reason why he would do that was because, number one, he had no sense of self-control or self-esteem himself. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're giving in to just any and everybody that gives you attention, that says something about you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because why are you for everybody? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that was number one, which I didn't look at it like that until in hindsight. Because I'm like, why do you need every single broad to validate you, unless maybe you, when you were growing up, didn't think you were attractive or didn't think that you were reliable? That's okay, but don't drag me through the mud. Because I honestly think in hindsight, because I was out of his league, I'm just gonna keep it a fucking buck with you. Now that sounds pompous of me, but it just is what it is. You know, okay? I think it was because I was out of his league and I had way more to offer, and I had honestly, way more suitors. If I wanted to do what he was doing, and maybe he assumed I did, I don't fucking know or care, because that guy was crazy. But it was like, I honestly felt like it was his way of making himself feel better. I don't know what it was about, but it was like, what it made me feel like was that he wanted to humble me to where I felt like I had to earn his approval. And he would punish me with other people. He would punish me with other women. He would punish me with other, I mean, he liked a lot of things. But anyways, it was a punishment thing, and it was kind of a conditioning thing as well, to where you get with me, and then I didn't have self-esteem issues like that. Not like, I have never been, I'm gonna be clear with you. Since childhood, I have never been an individual with low self-esteem. Okay? As a kid, I definitely was. As a teenager, and I mean like 10th grade, 9th or 10th grade, I really wasn't anymore. And the reason why I wasn't anymore was, number one, it was more, I was so far removed from everything and everyone that I kind of just created my own systems to live according to. So it was like what anybody else, and maybe it was a coping mechanism because I was broke. So it was just kind of like, oh, everybody wears Jordans, well, I'm gonna wear Vans. Like, it would be like, you know how you rationalize shit in your head? You go spend 150 on that, I'm gonna spend $40 and I'm gonna look even better. And I did, you know. But anyways, I never had an issue where I felt like I had to prove myself to anybody. I wasn't going to put in that kind of effort. And it was like, it was funny. It was so weird because I would be so nice to him and he would love bomb me. He love bombed me when we first got together. And then it was like the devaluing stage where it was like, you were just degrading to me. But it wasn't like so overt, like right away, to where I could be like, okay. He even made me compete with his ex one time. Not made me, because I didn't have to do it. And I wouldn't have done it. That's the fucked up part. There was a lot of shit with him that I would have never done. Like, ask anybody from the past. I would have, even my sister said that. She was like, girl, you been putting up with some shit that you know you would not be putting up with. I'm like, right? But it's like that, right? Where it's like, he devalued me to the point where it was like, not only did I become hyper vigilant, like, are you talking to another girl? And then that was the other thing that he did, you guys, was that he would cheat relentlessly. Like, turn off your phone when you posted a story with another girl. I text you, call you, you turn off your phone, call me the next day. You got your boys calling me. Your boys are calling me, telling on you because of how good I am to you and how much you disrespected me, right? What was the point that I was, maybe I'm blacking out because I need to move on from the topic. But the point that I was trying to make was that, then he would punish me for being hypervigilant. Well, the only reason why you're going through that is because you're looking for it, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not even, you posting the shit that the bitch is right there. Gaslighting the fuck out of me. I mean, honestly, we all know it was abusive, but it was just kind of like then you're getting mad. Well, you know, why are you watching my every single move? Nigga, This is traumatic. What you're doing to me is traumatic. Naturally, let's say that you were in a car accident, a really bad car accident. The next time you get behind that wheel, you're going to be paranoid until you lose. It's like an exposure therapy. Until you lose the fear of somebody doing something unexpected while you're on the road, you're probably going to be a little bit jumpy. You're probably going to be a little bit more vigilant, like what's around, what's happening, because you don't want to miss anything. And I don't know, maybe that's you, Leo. Oh, maybe that's you, Leo. Maybe that's you, because it's kind of giving me like you were abused before. And I'm not getting that it was just, I'm getting by family for some of you guys, or people you view as family for some of you guys, or maybe it's an environment that you grew up in. Maybe it's all of the above, to where you are associating abuse or codependence with love, right? So here's another example. Let's say that you're in a relationship with somebody who is not desperate for your attention all the time. My cousin does this shit. You're a Leo rising. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Leos like attention. They just do. They like attention. They like validation. And a lot of the times they get caught up in shit simply for the attention or the validation. Because my cousin, you know, he's a Leo rising. He's an Aquarius. And we were talking outside. My cousins are like my brothers. I grew up with boys. And my cousin, he was like, Nani, why do I keep ending up with these clingy, crazy bitches? And he was like, and they don't even be loyal to me like that. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna hit you with this. Cuzzo. How do you react to girls that have their own life and their own self-esteem and that aren't all over you like that? Like they have their own thing going on. And it's like they like you, but they don't make you their entire existence. Does that make sense? Like, how do you react to that? He got so quiet and looked at me. He was like, I don't like it very much. He was like, if I'm being honest, I don't like it very much. And I'm like, and that's the problem. And it was so funny because he was like, because it's like when I get with a girl that, like, you know, she has her own money, or she has her own whatever, or she has her own this, or like she's when she's not all over me like that, I be feeling like she doesn't care. But then I get with a girl that's all over me. I don't really want a girl that's all over me. And I'm like, so you need to address something in the middle there. Like there's something that you're associating with love that you don't actually really like. That's more so what I'm saying, right? It's like you don't actually really like that, but you don't know how to react to the opposite energy. That's kind of what I'm getting at, Leo. It does look like you are, let me get some further clarity on this, because it does look like you are getting a handle on that though. There's also something about money or self-control. Some of you guys are afraid of overgiving. Oh, you could be dealing with a Capricorn here. Some of you guys might be even concerned, like maybe you are, and this is where I will say on a positive note, Leos are very loving, generous people. They are. I've never met anybody as jealous. I meant to say generous. Maybe you get jealous. It's okay, Leo. I'm a jealous bitch. I'm working on it. I'm a jealous bitch. I don't mean like bitch like mean. I mean like I'm a jealous woman. I'm very territorial. Some of you guys could like go in between like over giving and like not giving anything. It's like maybe you breadcrumb people, or you're breadcrumbing somebody that you actually have really strong feelings for because you're afraid of over giving and it not being reciprocated. And maybe honestly, Leo, you know how like when you're healing and you go from one extreme to the other, like maybe on one extreme you were over giving like way too much. And now you're like, okay, in this situation, I'm not gonna do that. But instead of like finding a happy medium, you're going the complete opposite end where I'm not gonna give you shit then. It's cute. I think it's cute. I think that it's cute. Frustrating, but cute. Because there's a middle ground there, especially if you've been abused before. You might think that you're protecting yourself. You might be holding yourself back, mi amor. You could be. I think you are. Because there's a happy medium in between there. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I was essentially saying how like sometimes when we're afraid of something, we end up putting obstacles in the way. Like me with my music, right? I've probably made about like 20 plus songs. I've only dropped like one, and it was the one that I was the least attached to. As funny as that might sound. Now, why would you drop the song that you care the least about? Well, because if people don't like it, it doesn't hurt me. Like, okay, well, I just rushed that one out anyway. You could be doing that with the jobs, Leo. Like, you could be accepting things that just aren't worth it. But it's like, I mean, if I were to step into what I really want to do, there's a potential for failure there. But there's also potential for success, right? You could either look at it as the glass half empty or the glass half full. With relationships, though, very specifically, I was talking to a friend of mine about this last year, where I said sometimes people will invest in relationships that they just don't give a fuck about. Men will do this a lot, that they don't give a fuck about, that they don't have to give too much into, that are low effort and low energy and whatever like that, low commitment, because if this person actually does leave or do me dirty or it doesn't work out, I wasn't really that attached anyway. It's a power play, but it's actually kind of toxic, because then what you end up doing to the person that you're breadcrumbing is you are it's also a different kind of abuse, Leo. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it's stringing somebody along, and that's just not fair to that individual. It's just not, especially because you're causing them to act in a way to where they feel like they have to cling to you or whatever. And it's like somebody that has healthy self-esteem wants reciprocity, right, Leo? So it's like, if you're dealing with somebody that has a healthy self-esteem, if you're breadcrumbing them, they're going to take that as you don't care, that you don't want them. You just don't. That's the message that you're sending across. If you're dealing with somebody that has low self-esteem, right? They're going to continue to claw and claw and claw and claw and beg. And the fucked up thing about individuals like that is it's typically not a happy relationship anyway, because this isn't somebody that is going to empower you or to encourage you or anything like that. They're going to become a burden, because now there's that dynamic of begging and begging and begging and begging and wishing and pleading, and I need your validation, I need, and you're like, I don't want, yo, whoa. Right? So you end up kind of creating the mess that you're trying to avoid, because the healthy dynamic, which requires you to reciprocate, right? The healthy dynamic, that person has the level of self-respect, and like they have the level of self-respect that would be necessary to support you emotionally, right? You wouldn't want your son or your daughter or your child begging like that, right? Letting themselves get mistreated or abused or neglected. You would never want to see your child go through that. So why would you put another person through it? Start looking at it like that, right? So it's almost kind of like you could be resisting somebody that you actually want to be with, Leo, or you could be resisting wanting to speak up. We do have the wounded healer here with Sekhmet because of some sort of wound from the past. For some of you guys, you might even be holding back because you feel like you do have toxic traits. We're going to get to that in a second. But the biggest thing about here is that there is a happy medium between... There is a difference between overgiving and reciprocity. There is a difference between settling and compromise. Those are not the same things. Settling is, I'll just take whatever you do to me, and I'll take whatever you give to me, and I'll take however you treat me. I'll just take it because I want somebody around. And inherently in all of us, that's unattractive, Leo. Nobody's attracted to that unless they're abusive. That's just what it is, right? Because why would you want to have somebody beaten down to that degree? You know what I'm saying? But then alternatively, right? You could have been somebody that was overgiving, and you're viewing your giving as the problem. You're not viewing your lack of boundaries as the problem. You understand what I'm telling you? You understand? So it's like you're putting love in the hot seat, right? You're putting love in the hot seat, and you're like, well, it's because of love, because when I'm in love, it gets like this. And then, no, that's not what's in the hot seat. What's in the hot seat is your lack of boundaries. What's in the hot seat is your lack of communication. And I think that it's more productive to address why you feel that way, right? So when you're in connections and you have a tendency to overgive and the person, maybe not overgive, you give and the person does not reciprocate, why did you keep giving afterwards then? Right? Why did you keep doing it then when they didn't reciprocate? That's the real question at hand, right? Or how can I reciprocate in a way to where it shows this person that I am committed and I am interested without compromising my values? True values, not something that you're putting in the way to kind of get, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, Leo, there's a lot of blockages that are coming through here, and a lot of them I'm kind of sensing are on your end. But I think that a lot of them are trauma based. Does that make sense? It's like you're energetically, you're getting in your own way. And it's because of a very extreme way of thinking with this temperance in reverse. Very extreme. Either you're way too open, or you're way too closed off, or you're way too optimistic, or you're way too pessimistic. Excuse me. And because of that, it's like you invest in things that you know won't go anywhere, or you know you're not going to get anything back from, but it's okay because you know that. You know that's what you know. Whereas if you go to a different situation, I'm just going to keep speaking in the love context because it's a love spell. You go, let's say you're used to either clingy, insecure, codependence, right? Then you get with somebody that is not clingy or insecure, codependent. Okay, either one, this person's going to ask you to do things or to reciprocate or to show that you care, and you're going to answer in one of two ways. If you're terrified of reciprocating, you're going to totally shut down and try to paint that person as those other people, even if they're not. But then if you end up losing that person, Leo, that's the big thing at hand. Then you're going to victimize yourself and be like, oh, well, they just didn't do, if they would have, no, 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 no. Because somebody with self-respect, remember, is not going to put up with that. You know, they can fully love you and be in love with you, but how would you ever know if you don't open up, if you don't reciprocate? Did you understand what those kind of actions are communicating if you don't reciprocate? Because then this person, they could be like, yo, okay, I'm going to show Leo that I really care about them. And then they show you that they really care about you. And then you just, you know, somebody with self-respect is going to be like, wow, that hurt. I wasn't getting that energy or that vibe from them. I thought that we had something special. Well, then maybe I don't want to be in your face. I don't want to bother you. All right, cool. A no is a no. I'm not going to disrespect you. And then you're going to take that as, well, then they don't love me. I just poured my heart out to you. And you just shrugged it off like it was nothing. So if you really did like me, why didn't you just say something back? Why didn't you say something back? Like, why would you just leave me hanging there? You leave me hanging there, but you really liked me? We could have been happily ever after by now. You know what I'm saying? I could have been bent over on a balcony in Milan by now. You know what I'm saying? We could have been way further steps ahead. But you never know, Leo. It could be because you're afraid. Well, then what if this doesn't work out and I do get my heart involved? It doesn't make you, what you're doing doesn't make you a bad person. But I think it's time to reassess where you're coming from and reassess, is this individual asking me for too much? Is this individual being pushy, or am I just afraid of being hurt? And I'm finding excuses to close it off or to push it off or to whatever like that. And also ask yourself, if the same thing had been done to you, Leo, how would you have responded? If you would have poured your heart out to this individual, legitimately to them, like knocked on their door, called their phone, and poured your heart out to them, and they'd be like, all right, cool, thanks. Or worse, they just don't say anything back, hit you with a like emoji. How would you feel? Be for real. How would you feel? You might be a little pissed off. You know, you might want to shut down. Sorry about that, Leo. I ran out of storage, so I'm going to make this quick. But the other question, on the other hand, is that if they would have reacted that way, maybe you should also ask yourself, would you have stopped trying after that? That's the question, because it really is a self-respect thing. It's like if you know that this person really cares about you or even loves you, Leo, you know that they love you, it's hurtful to not reciprocate. It's hurtful to not make an effort. It's hurtful. So you're hurting people. You're hurting this person. And you're hurting yourself too, ultimately, because it looks like you want this person to reciprocate, or you want to have something with somebody, but you're not willing to meet them halfway. So where is it, if this is what you want, that you can make those adjustments, Leo? Where is it that you can make space for this, Leo? And do you really not have the time, or are you using that as an excuse? Because sometimes people don't want people don't want like all of your time, you know. I don't ever sweat nobody for like, oh, I want all of your time, like, oh, no, not like that. But you can, if you can afford 5 minutes to just say what's up or just to text or something like that, that is way more meaningful than just dropping somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you, even if you can't fully express yourself, like if somebody pours their heart out to you and is like, I really really fuck with you and I really really like you, even if you can't bring yourself to really fully express how you feel, just acknowledging that you feel the same and allowing yourself to step into that vulnerability that is necessary to have a healthy, reciprocal, mature relationship. Reciprocity is necessary, and you'll be surprised to find out, especially if you're a hard lover, Leo, like you love really hard, you get in it, like you soul consuming. Until you reciprocate, you have no idea whether the individual that you're connecting with is just as intense. And it could end up being the first time that you allow yourself to love in the way that you love, and somebody loves you back in that exact same way. How will you know? And I think that might be what's holding you back, Leo, okay? So let's get some final messages and then we're going to move on with it. Yeah, this is about love, Leo. I'm hearing something about stereotypes getting in the way too. Yeah, there's a need to move on from the past and pessimism and allow a new beginning to be a new beginning, Leo. You have the control of the situation, and you can keep the control of the situation without like the mind games or the breadcrumbing or the self-sabotage. You can maintain control. You can literally end it whenever you want. Nobody can trap you. Nobody can force you. Remember, Leo, what I always said? It's the power. This is your life, and these are your choices, and this is what you want. So if you want to be in a happy, healthy relationship, get in one. And if it doesn't turn out to be happy or healthy, don't convince yourself that it is. Just leave. The next time. The only way for you to strengthen a muscle is to use it. So just if it turns out that's not healthy, this person is too clingy, codependent, like genuinely, like not, don't be trying to paint pictures where they don't exist, Leo, because I know full and well I don't be sweating you like that. I say that lovingly. You know damn well I don't be sweating you like that. Is it a reasonable request? Is it a reasonable request? Where can I make room? That's not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable. Now, if you don't feel ready or you're uncomfortable, that's something else totally different to explore, right? But address it. Like, okay, I'm in this connection with this individual. Everything is really, really good. I'm not going to make it into a bad thing, okay? We're reaching a point where this person is telling me something that they need. I have a different need than this person though. So maybe our needs are clashing right now. Should I just drop off the face of the earth and force them to do what I want? Or should I communicate to them what my need is and what I'm currently going through so that they can respond accordingly and I can see how they truly do think and react to what I have going on? You're also not giving that person the opportunity to do that, Leo. You could be like, listen, I know you want me to do A, B, and C. I have X, Y, and Z going on right now, but I really do want to do this with you. I do want to do this for you. Can we reach an agreement or something like that, right? And you might be surprised to find out, especially if you're used to people that like argue a lot, this person could be cool with that. Sometimes just clearing the air, like I'm somebody who has dealt with neglect in childhood, right? So I'm somebody that just needs that reassurance sometimes, where it's just like yeah, I'm still present. Yes, I still want this. The reciprocity is important to me. I need that because I've spent my entire life trying to earn what should have just been given to me naturally, right? So it's just kind of like now I'm in this energy of like, listen, I'm gonna give you what's inside of me. And if you respect that, if you honor that, if you protect that, then I'm going to give you even more. But if you don't do that, then I'm going to pull back out of self-preservation until you meet me halfway. You meet me halfway. And that's not like, you don't have to do grandiose things, Leo. You really don't. You really don't. Less is more in a lot of in healthier situations, less is more. You'd be surprised how simple of a solution you can find when you simply communicate your needs, or when you allow for other perspectives to take, or you allow yourself to take other perspectives into account. You allow yourself to be open-minded to different types of people or different types of thought processes or scenarios, and then you act more fluidly within that. Because the more you try to kind of fight against the flow of something, the more you create issues where there might not have been any. Okay, but yeah, that's what I have for you, Leo. I'm sending you lots of love. And I will see you next time. Ciao.